In August 1965, the Beatles were on tour in America, and it was during this tour that they met Elvis Presley for the first and only time. And today I'm looking for the location where they met. Good morning from Bel Air in Los Angeles. As you can see by the lack of sidewalks, rich people don't tend to walk places. Elvis was a huge inspiration to the Beatles, particularly John Lennon. John Lennon has started the Beatles after being inspired by the Elvis song Heartbreak Hotel. At the time, Elvis was renting a house at 525 Perugia Way. Sadly, the house has since been demolished and replaced by a larger house. But let's go and see it anyway. Afterwards, we'll go and see some of the Elvis locations in Los Angeles. Oof. So it's just like a little cul-de-sac, I guess. It just goes round in a loop and back this way. So I'll go down this way next. Oh my god, look at this house. That's amazing. Okay, looking for 525, and I think it's this one. Yeah, 525. Now, I don't think there's anything left of the old house. The only thing that might still be the same is the parts of the wall, or these pillars anyway. When Elvis was here, there was a one-story house. When the Beatles arrived here, they were taken to the living room where Elvis was with 20 of his entourage. Priscilla Presley said they were like little kids. They were extremely shy and weren't saying anything for a long time. And Elvis broke the ice in the end. He said, well, if you're not going to say anything, I'm going to bed. Elvis already had the bass guitar plugged into an amp. More instruments were produced and they jammed for a while. They played Elvis, Beatles and Chuck Berry songs. I've heard it said that there's no photos of the meeting. But that's not entirely true. Although the event was supposed to have been kept secret, it appears that Colonel Tom Parker, Elvis's manager, had leaked the news to one or two people. So legions of Elvis and Beatles fans turned up here. And in doing so, there are one or two photographs of the Beatles outside. Now, Elvis rented the house on two separate occasions, from 1960 to 1961, and then from 1963 till 1965. You've got the drive of 10539 Bellagio Road in front of me. And Elvis rented this house from 1961, November 61 till January 63. But he wasn't particularly fond of the house because it's a very large house and it was too big and too grand for Elvis. And it also used to be the home of Howard Hughes and Prince Rainier as well, when he was dating Grace Kelly. Elvis moved back to 525 Perugia Way after spending 14 months here. Interesting doorway here. Looks very old Hollywood. This is the Neve Square Park. And Elvis used to come here to play touch football with his entourage during the late 1950s and the 1960s when he was making movies in Hollywood. This lamppost looks pretty old. Pretty sure this would have been here when Elvis used to come here. These unusual benches look like they could be dating back to at least the 1960s as well. Deneve Square, dedicated to the memory of Felipe Deneve, who in September 4th, 1781 founded the city of Los Angeles. Be pretty sure Elvis would have sat down on this. Unless it was like a fountain, I don't know. Probably not. So Elvis would have been throwing the ball about in this central section here. Whoa, almost a crash there. A friend of Elvis who often joined them on Sundays to play touch football was Michael Landon of Bonanza and Little House on the Prairie fame. It was here that Elvis decided to buy Michael Landon's Silver Cloud 3 Rolls Royce. This is Monovale Drive in Holmby Hills, which is next door to Beverly Hills. Beverly Hills would be down that way. This is actually a more exclusive part of the city than Beverly Hills. Behind this wall is 144 Monovale Drive, and Elvis bought this house in December 1970 and he paid $339,000 for it. He's got these Buddha type statues all along the road here. So Elvis would have owned these when he lived here. Oof, malfunction there. Okay, we'll go up to the gateway. There's loads of these. It's quite a large property. This is the house where bewitched actress Elizabeth Montgomery lived as a child. More statues. After Elvis and Priscilla had a divorce in 1973, Priscilla and Lisa Marie continued to live here. And in 1975, Elvis sold the house to Telly Savalas for $625,000. There's been a lot of modifications to the house, but it is the same house that Elvis was living in, although it does look different now. When the house was last on the market in 2020, it sold for $20 million. Just across the street, this is the house where Michael Jackson died. Oh. Opening the gate, have a sneaky look. Probably can't see much with this camera though. I don't know who the guy in the white shirt was, but he was asking me why I was filming, and I told him it was used to be Elvis's house. He was gobsmacked. He had no idea. He's probably a contractor, isn't he? Please give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna have another Elvis video coming up, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that. Okay, thanks for watching. See you next time.